Hey everybody, it's Jason Blaha here with Jason Blaha Strength and Fitness, and today was a GPP day. I chose to do this instead of taking a run. I'm still going to run at least a couple days a week, 2 or 3 days a week, but I'm going to have days where I just want to get into a little bit of GPP like this. And again, I feel like I get a lot out of this. We all know why we do general physical preparedness. It's just to improve conditioning. It's to have a strength-based and explosive-based training to work on our conditioning. And for people who say stuff like, well, how do we structure GPP? You don't. Okay, so when we get into this idea, yes, my earbuds kept flying out on these. When it comes to general physical preparedness, the idea is general physical preparedness. If you have a big game plan and you're trying to get all this exact sport specificity, it's not GPP. Okay, and we need to be clear on that. That sounds very Louis Simmons. But we're just coming in just doing various strength-based conditioning work. You can do whatever circuits or barbell complexes or sled or weighted carries or jumps, whatever it is that you really feel like doing. You can be pretty random with it. And this is something that CrossFit gets right. People say, well, a lot of their GPP is random. Well, that's the idea. You just pick stuff and just do it. And you can absolutely do that, and it can be extremely successful. Just get fit and athletic. So I started off with some box jumps. I did 3 sets of them. I got later in and said, I feel like I want to get some more box jumps at the end. So I did a few more. So I haven't done any weighted carries in a really, really long time. I forget what these handles weigh. I forget. So I just do 80 pounds of the rubberized training plates, the Rogue ones on each handle. And I did 3 rounds of walks. They weren't super taxing on my conditioning. It got my heart rate up a little bit. But mainly, man, the grip and then filling traps and other stuff, definitely. The grip training on these was pretty intense. But I'm like, well, let's do some weighted carries. I like weighted carries. Let's do them, I've said that before. Like, if we want really fantastic GPP work, any type of sled work, any type of loaded carry works great. And again, people get so mixed up in, well, how long should I do it? I really don't care. Like, I don't care how long your rounds are. I think people overthink this instead of just intrinsically coming in and doing conditioning. Just do your general physical preparedness. Just get in and pick something, whatever feels right. And I legitimately believe that's the right approach to GPP. And it's not a big deal to stand there and worry about progressively overloading it. You're just doing conditioning and getting strength stuff in. And there's going to be some hypertrophic carryover, right? There are people who just come in and do GPP out there who have great physiques, who do nothing but this sort of stuff, right? Like, they just get in and do their general physical preparedness. And I personally like it. I think it's fun. Ideally on some of these days, other than I got some plans I have to sort today a little bit, mainly like calls coming up late morning. So in my case, I didn't have time to do everything I'd like to do. So I'm like, let me just pick. Let's just do GPP instead of running. And so that's what I did. But yeah, oh man, weighted carries. Again, having not done these in a little bit, my forearms, my grip was just like, what are you doing to us? But that's great because I'm challenging something that doesn't normally get worked. And I could take stuff like this and say, could we just literally do the big 3 and some pull-ups and come and just do tons of GPP and get in great shape? Yeah, absolutely. We just go run, do 5Ks, do miles. Yeah, absolutely. But I mean, I would say for me personally, I did the box jumps. I probably get the most out of stuff like this, right? Just in terms of extra muscle development, weak links, performance. Man, weighted carries and sleds just really go a long way for me personally. So I also did a round of my sled sprints because I'm like, yeah, let's get out. I'm already doing GPP. My sled's right there. Let's just throw a couple plates on it and go do a round with the sled. All right? Do a round with the sled, then do some band work, and then I did more jumps and more band work. But the same thing of I know that I benefit from the band press downs. I know my triceps do. I know my tendons do. So after the sled, I'm like, all right, let's just get a nice little round of sled sprints. I want to do some bands for my triceps, right? But I run out of steam really quick. I've noticed that. Like, I very quickly, because I took almost no break after the sleds, and I ran over and started doing the band press downs. And as I was bringing the sled stuff back up, I kind of supersetted it between that while I'm getting my sled back inside. I'm like, let's just do some band press downs, get some blood flow to the tendons, and it's all really high rep stuff. I lost reps really fast on this. I felt like the last couple sets weren't as high a quality, but doesn't matter. This is all just GPP, right? It's all GPP. It's all conditioning, and it's blood flow. Again, all of it's just higher rep stuff anyways. So again, even the sled work is really like a high rep squat. So the idea, just get in and work everything. And this stuff works great. Like, this is what you can do for a GPP session. And especially if you're someone who does full body 3 days a week, doing GPP, running, stuff like that in between will help get you extremely fit. Because you're already going to build most of the big stuff with your big lifts. This just kind of rounds stuff up. So just like you'll have the idea with bodybuilders of filling in the weak links for it, for an athlete, we just can fill in all of our weak links with this stuff, right? And you're going to get bigger and stronger from doing a lot of it, right? Weighted carries, are they not going to carry over to your big lifts? Well, spleds, tell me that's not going to carry over to your squat and deadlift. Okay, of course it all carries over. So the same thing, I did 3 sets of those, and I was too fatigued to like do another. Like, man, I'm going to get like no reps. Let me just do, while I've got the bands, hey, I should maybe do a set of the band curls, the hammer curls. Let's get some blood flow to the bicep tendons, a little blood flow there to the forearms. Again, particularly after my forearms were fatigued, right? Those farmer's walks, they left my forearms almost cramping because I'm not used to doing them. So I'm like, maybe let's do a set of bands just to get some blood flow to it, see if that helps, right? Help it recover a little bit, a little blood flow, everything else. And I'm like, all right, I could do a little more stuff. I felt like I didn't get enough box jumps. I'm like, let's do a couple more sets, and we'll make it a true 5x5. But this is what I mean. When you're doing GPP, you can take this sort of random mindset. And it works because you're just getting generally physically fit outside of your structured lifting and training programs. Okay? So we have to understand that. Understand what it brings to the table. And it brings a lot, right? It does bring a lot to the table. It is very valuable. So again, that's our context for these things. So again, I did another couple of sets of 5 on the box jumps, and I'm like, let's just finish up. Now that my triceps have recovered from all that stuff with no break, let's run over and just really crank out a set of band press downs to finish. I ended up doing a lot of reps. I lost count, probably 50 reps or so on the last one. But again, what are we doing? We're just doing strength-based conditioning. We just get fit from it. Right? Get our heart rate up, get our breathing up, build our work capacity. All right, guys, but that's really all I have to say on that today. I hope it's been informative, and I'll talk to you guys and gals next time.